Another good question that I often get are, what are the most common pitfalls during the application? And there are lots of issues that we can see sometimes when someone is applying for citizenship. And if you're planning on applying for citizenship, but think, maybe there's something that I don't feel comfortable filing on my own, or I need to get some clarification before I file, please consult with an immigration attorney, because we do see situations, unfortunately, where the person files on their own, they're not aware of the law, and now they find themselves in removal proceedings, or their application has been denied, and that's time and money. So one of the common pitfalls is taxes. The government wants to make sure that once you've become a lawful permanent resident, you are filing your taxes as you should. So if you haven't filed your taxes, that's going to affect your ability to become a US citizen. Likewise, if you owe the IRS money, then that can affect you. Now, if you're under a payment plan, you are paying every single month, that's fine, as long as you can establish that you owe that money and that you are paying, then that shouldn't be an issue. But again, if you have that issue, best to consult with an attorney. But these are issues that we do see when someone applies for citizenship. Another common pitfall that we see is a person has spent too much time outside the United States. Or the person is actually living outside the United States and traveling into the US simply to visit. Now remember, lawful permanent resident status means that you, the resident, are living here in the United States. Now, as a lawful permanent resident, you can travel outside the United States, you can go visit wherever you would like, but your residence has to be here. You're the one living here in the United States. And if you're using your residency card as a tourist visa and just coming into the US, let's say every couple of weeks, a month, then you fly back out for 8 months, come back for another month, that's going to be a really big red flag for immigration. Another thing that we see is the failure to disclose criminal history, and this is extremely important. It doesn't matter if the arrest happened 20, 25 years ago, you disclosed it when you became a lawful permanent resident, you're still going to have to disclose that in your citizenship application. And if you have had an arrest, if you've been convicted of a crime, please consult with an immigration attorney before filing your application. Unfortunately, we've seen situations where the individual committed a crime maybe 10 years ago. Person already had their residency card, and they didn't realize that offense, that criminal offense, actually makes them removable from the United States. So it's very important, if you have some criminal history, to consult, because the last thing you want is to end up in removal proceedings and potentially end up in a situation where you are deported from the United States. So that is something that we do often see.